you take your seats, we want to take this time to ask all of our pastors across denominational lines that you would come and join us here on the rising. All pastors across denominational lines. Let's give our pastors a big hand for you tonight. Come quickly, brother preachers. Before that you now take your seats, would you join me in receiving the Honorable Mayor of this great city, Mr. Randy Roach.
Good evening, good evening. You may be seated. You may be seated. Thank you very much. I appreciate your warm welcome. It is my responsibility and my purpose here today is to welcome you and to thank you for coming out and being a part of tonight's prayer vigil. I know on a weekend and on a Sunday evening as we get ready for the work week, I know that there are other things that perhaps can compete for your attention, but nothing can be more important than for us to gather here as a community to reflect upon the incidents and the issues of the past week and the tragedies that occurred and the lives that were lost and the pain that was inflicted upon the family members and all those who were associated and all those who were involved. The other night, on Friday evening, we had a candlelight vigil, and it was there on the lakefront, and we talked a little bit about the ripple effect. If you can just imagine in your mind's eye, you throw a rock in water and how that ripple effect just sort of ripples through the air, through the lake. It's the same thing as an act like those three acts of murder last week, those acts of violence. How they reverberate, the ripple effect that just ripples through the community. It affects all of us, even if we didn't know the persons who were involved. But look at the men who are gathered here with us, the Baptist Ministers Union. They know, as shepherds, they know, they feel the pain, they hear the anger, they hear the frustration, and they know that we are a community in need of healing, a community in need of hope, a community in need of faith. And they, as shepherds, have called us here to gather together, to draw strength from one another, and to acknowledge Him who guides us, who marks our path, and who directs our way. Just want to conclude with this one observation, this comment, and that is that several years ago, when I was just 10 years old, I remember John Kennedy giving his inaugural address, and in his last words he said, "Let us never forget that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own." So your gathering here today is a part of God's work. Under their leadership, their direction, we have a lot of work to do. But they will encourage us, they will guide us, and they will direct us in the paths that we need to take. My commitment as a part of this community and as one of those who works within the community is to work with them, and to ask them to support us in what we do and the things that we can do, and for us to support them in the things that they can do. Because they have a faith, they have a message, and they have a hope that we all need to understand and cherish. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon.